Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden beneath the eternal sands of Egypt? Prepare for an exciting journey through history, as we reveal some of the most extraordinary discoveries that will leave you amazed. Can you imagine a mysterious lost city, recently discovered by archaeologists, shrouded in enigmas for centuries? Or think about standing in front of the lost tomb of an ancient pharaoh, whose treasures have remained untouched for millennia. Prepare to be amazed, as we explore the unexplored regions of Egypt's past, revealing incredible finds that have the potential to surprise everyone. Number 1. On the momentous and even more enigmatic centenary of the revelation of King Tut's tomb, a burial site has emerged that has captivated historians and history enthusiasts alike. Deep within the Saqqara archaeological site in Giza, an undocumented tomb containing the remains of a mysterious royal queen called Neith has been revealed. But wait, there is more. Alongside the grandeur of Queen Neith's pyramid, an astonishing collection of over 300 coffins and mummies from the New Kingdom period have been unearthed. Each beautifully decorated coffin displays unique facial features that allow archaeologists to distinguish between men and women. On these coffins there are old drawings. The most impressive thing is a gold mask of an unknown woman. The team of archaeologists found an unknown queen, which changed how we understand the past. They also found ancient objects such as games and figurines. These objects show us what the ancient Egyptians thought about life and death. This discovery in Saqqara helps us better understand ancient Egypt and how royalty was buried. Queen Neith's tomb has many amazing things and even more things we don't understand. Historians and archaeologists are studying these objects, and we hope to learn more about this fascinating civilization. Number 2. The infamous curse of the pharaohs remains a disturbing belief deeply rooted in the annals of ancient Egyptian history. According to this chilling narrative, any bold soul who dares to disturb the sacred tombs of the pharaohs will face dire consequences. Bound by a horrifying curse that transcends time and space, the origins of this disturbing myth can be traced back to the early 20th century, precisely in 1922, when British archaeologist Howard Carter unearthed the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, an event that would send waves of shock all over the world. Rumors of strange deaths and misfortunes among those who explored Tutankhamun's tomb spread quickly, leading to the idea of a curse. The ancient Egyptians believed that their pharaohs, even after death, had powers to punish those who disturbed their tombs. Although some believed the misfortunes were due to illness rather than a curse, the story remains an intriguing mystery. Some believe in the supernatural, while others look for logical explanations. This story reflects the mystery surrounding ancient Egyptian culture and human interest in the unknown. Number 3. Deep in the tombs of ancient Egypt lies an enigmatic figure at rest known as the Unknown Man, and more famously referred to as the Screaming Mummy. Discovered in 1886 in the hidden deposit of Deir el-Bahari, this puzzling find has sent shivers down the spines of all who have seen it. This mummified individual is differentiated by the terrifying image of him and a peculiar burial that defies ancient Egyptian norms. His face is frozen in an expression of pure anguish, his mouth open as if he were silently screaming about deep hardships. This has spawned many theories about his tormented soul and the tragic events that led to his gruesome fate. The mummy was wrapped in sheepskin, an impure material in ancient Egyptian society, suggesting he may have been an outcast. The poor embalming and hasty burial raise additional questions, hinting that he may have been a disgraced nobleman or a victim of a brutal crime. Some theorize that it could be Prince Pentuer, son of Ramses III, who conspired against his father and took his own life as punishment, which would explain the hasty treatment and the anguished expression on his face. However, the mummy's true identity remains a mystery. Number 4. An interesting piece of information emerged from a recently translated Greek papyrus, a remedy for a headache after drinking. The papyrus suggested that the affected person should tie leaves from a bush called Kamai Daphne, found in Alexandria, around her neck. Although they believed this could help with headaches at the time, it's unclear if it worked, especially for hangovers. They also resorted to herbal teas and honey to relieve stomach upsets. This ancient treatment was found in a 1,900-year-old papyrus, discovered in Oxyrhynchus by researchers Bernard Grenfell and Arthur Hunt. Studying and publishing papyri, like this one, has taken a century. In volume 80 of the journal, nearly 30 Oxyrhynchus medical papyri were revealed that addressed various medical problems, from hemorrhoids and ulcers to dental topics and fragments on eye surgery. Number 5. Archaeologists found remains of an ancient temple dedicated to Zeus Cassius, a deity that mixes features of Zeus and the climate god Cassius. These ruins were discovered at Tel El Farama, in the northwest corner of the Sinai. In Greco-Roman times, it was called Pelusium, a city with historical value as a port and fortress. It has seen diverse eras, from Egyptian pharaohs to Byzantine Christian and Islamic periods. Mustafa Waziri of the Supreme Council of Antiquities explained that the focus on the temple came from finding granite columns, which used to be the entrance, but were left in ruins due to an ancient earthquake. These columns were transported from Aswan in southern Egypt. Greek inscriptions found by Egyptologist Jean Clary also pointed to the temple's existence in Greco-Roman times. Number 6. In 2013, French and Egyptian archaeologists made a significant discovery at Wadi El Jarf, an ancient port on the Red Sea. Pierre Tallet and Gregory Marourd found fragments of inscribed papyrus, the oldest texts found in Egypt. Among them was a record from the 27th year of Pharaoh Khufu's reign, detailing the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The inscriptions and hieroglyphics, written more than 4,500 years ago by Inspector Mirror, recounted the daily routine of the workers. They recorded the transportation of limestone blocks from Tura, along the Nile River and canals, to encase the pyramid, a journey of 2 or 3 days. The vizier, the pharaoh's half-brother, supervised the project. Other records detailed similar projects by the team, such as the construction of a port in the Mediterranean Sea. These findings support human construction of the pyramids and debunk ideas of alien intervention. Number 7. During Napoleon Bonaparte's campaign led by the bold Pierre-François Bouchard in 1799, a group of soldiers discovered the Rosetta Stone. This happened about 35 miles east of bustling Alexandria, in a place now called Rosetta. The Rosetta Stone is a true marvel, made of black basalt, measuring almost 4 feet long and extending to 2.5 feet wide. However, what made it stand out were the ancient inscriptions carved into its surface in 3 different languages: Greek, Egyptian hieroglyphics, and Egyptian Demotic script. At that time, only Greek could be understood, and the other 2 texts remained a mystery. Bright minds like Thomas Young and Jean-François Champollion later got involved and decided to crack the code and discover the truth. Through their intelligence and determination, they discovered that the Greek inscription contained the same message as the text in hieroglyphs and Demotic script. In ancient times, these stone slabs were very important and treated with reverence, and were placed in important temples throughout Egypt. Now, the Rosetta Stone sits in the great halls of the British Museum, like a bridge connecting ancient and modern understanding. However, a debate has been underway and there are voices in Egypt advocating for the stone's return to its homeland. They believe bringing it back will help preserve its rich heritage and culture, safeguarding the legacy of the remarkable civilization that once flourished along the banks of the Nile. Number 8. The statue of Nefertiti is highlighted by the German archaeological team for finding the bust of Nefertiti in Amarna, but despite the joy of finding it, there was disagreement between the German and Egyptian authorities about sending it back home. Nefertiti, who is a rather mysterious character, is considered by many to come from a royal family. Some other ideas suggest that she could have been a visiting princess from another land or perhaps the daughter of an important person, perhaps even succeeding King Tut, while some stories say that she died in the 12th year of Akhenaten's reign. Later research suggests that she was still quite influential in the 16th year of her husband's reign. After her husband died, Nefertiti briefly took on the role of ruling Egypt. The Egyptian bust of Nefertiti, which measures approximately 1.6 feet tall, is made with a limestone core covered in painted stucco. The face on her statue is almost perfectly symmetrical, with a quartz pupil embedded in beeswax so that her right eye appears black, while her left eye does not receive the same treatment. The eye socket is against a simple limestone background. Number 9. Like adventurers looking for a needle in a haystack, archaeologists tirelessly searched every corner of Egypt in the hope of finding the burial place of Cleopatra, the mysterious queen known for her remarkable leadership and charm, who ruled ancient Egypt from the beginning. 51 to 30 BC, however, the details of her death and her final resting place remained shrouded in secrecy, increasing his attraction to her. Then, in a remarkable twist of fate in 2022, Kathleen Martinez, an archaeologist at the University of San Domingo in the Dominican Republic, made a groundbreaking discovery at the Temple of Taposiris Magna in Alexandria. Hidden beneath the earth was a 4,300-foot-long tunnel, previously unknown to researchers, that some believe led to Cleopatra's tomb. This tunnel, adorned with artifacts bearing the names and images of Cleopatra and Alexander the Great, as well as statues of the goddess Isis, has generated immense excitement among Egyptologists. The importance of this find has been compared to the discovery of King Tut's tomb in 1922, and many speculate about the submerged portion of the tunnel. Some believe it was caused by ancient earthquakes, while others wonder if it is a deliberate measure to protect the treasures hidden within. As archaeologists continue to explore the mysteries locked within these walls, they could potentially reshape our understanding of ancient Egypt. Number 10. In 2019, a group of scientists from a university in Spain made a surprising discovery. They stumbled upon a tomb that was not filled with the usual human remains, but instead housed mummified crocodiles. This discovery transported them to a time when powerful pharaohs ruled the lands of ancient Egypt. Interestingly, this tomb was located right next to 6 other tombs belonging to important local figures in ancient Egyptian culture. Crocodiles had significant importance in rituals dedicated to Sobek, the god associated with water, fertility, and power. Sobek was often depicted as a human with a crocodile head and was believed to protect people from the dangers of the Nile, including floods, disease, and crocodile attacks. Although the bandages that once wrapped these mummified crocodiles have disintegrated over time, small traces of linen, palm leaves, and rope found at the site indicate that they were meticulously prepared for the afterlife. Based on dating methods, it is estimated that these crocodiles have been resting in their grave for over 2,300 years. Surprisingly, none of the ancient reptiles showed signs of injury. It is speculated that they were captured using nets and then possibly drowned, suffocated, or left to perish in the sun before their journey to the afterlife. Number 11. In a cemetery in the historic city of Philadelphia, Egypt, archaeologists have unearthed ancient mummies. Philadelphia originated in Ptolemaic times, when Egypt was under the rule of the dynasty of pharaohs descended from one of Alexander the Great's generals. Despite the changes in power, the city continued to prosper. Recent excavations at the Philadelphia cemetery have revealed 2 completely intact mummy portraits, along with some partially complete and incomplete ones. These portraits were expensive and realistic, indicating that the people buried here probably belonged to the upper middle class or elite of the time. They were created by artists from Alexandria. This finding highlights the similarities and shared experiences over time, connecting us to our ancient ancestors. Number 12. We are now in the Giza Valley, a suburb of Cairo, near the famous pyramids of Giza. The National Geographic television channel began live broadcasting the exciting operation to explore a secret tunnel in the Great Pyramid, also known as the Pyramid of Cheops. The entrance to this tunnel was discovered 10 years ago, but at that time researchers lacked the necessary techniques to explore it. Now the task has been entrusted to a robot developed by German scientist Rudolf Gantenbrink. This robot gently enters the tunnel carrying a camera that allows researchers to observe what is happening inside. At the time, Zahi Hawass, head of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, believed the tunnel would lead to Khufu's tomb or some of his memorials, while other researchers thought they might find statues or treasures. However, upon reaching the end of the tunnel, the robot revealed only a rocky end, disappointing everyone. However, it was soon realized that it was not the true ending, it was another door in the middle of the tunnel. Opening that door seemed impossible, turning the attempt to uncover a mystery into an intriguing challenge. The first door led them to another enigma, according to Georgy Nadifev, head of the Russian Society for the Study of Atlantic Ocean Problems. The builders of the pyramid intended to provide this option to prevent anyone inside from penetrating it. It was only natural that they would install additional protective barriers to prevent access to the interior through the tunnels if anyone discovered the entrance around them. Once inside, they would find themselves facing another door. This was necessary if no one was inside, and was crucial if the pyramid housed ancient scientific secrets that the pharaohs wanted to preserve with great efficiency. The pharaohs feared Khafreg, who lived thousands of years before Christ. According to historical narrative, it is assumed that the components of the most famous Egyptian pyramids were buried inside, but there are no inscriptions that confirm this story. This fact contradicts the funerary rituals and traditions of ancient Egypt, since no mummies have been found inside the pyramids, suggesting that they could have been looted by thieves or invaders at some distant time. However, if such theft occurred, it happened a long time ago. In the 9th century, Caliph Al-Mamun, ruler of Cairo, hired workers to drill into the northern wall of the Great Pyramid in search of Egyptian treasures or antiquities. Arab historians of the time believed that the pyramids held important scientific secrets, such as how to develop new work tools, stainless weapons, glass that could be folded without breaking, among others. However, after making the hole, Al-Mamun found nothing inside, no treasures, no scientific secrets, not even useful inscriptions. The crucial question is, was there anything inside the Great Pyramid, and if so, where did all its contents go? Some historians suggest that it was stolen years after Khufu's death, although this seems almost impossible, since the Great Pyramid had not been breached from that time until Al-Mamun's raid. In his book, Fingerprints of the Gods, film director and author Graham Hancock points out interesting facts, including that when Al-Mamun walked through the pyramid, he found it completely empty. There were nothing but walls without inscriptions and a floor covered with sand. This finding is not limited to the Pyramid of Cheops, but applies to all pyramids. During the 3rd and 4th pharaonic dynasties, no mummies were found inside the pyramids, and there were no indications of royal burials. In some cases, no coffins were discovered, as was the case at the Midim Pyramid. However, in the Pyramid of Sakhni Sekmeket in Saqqara, which scientists accessed in 1954, a coffin was found. It is evident that no one has reached it since the construction of the pyramid. Although school textbooks claim that the pyramids are tombs of pharaohs, there is no historical source to support this. It is clear that building these pyramids was not an effort dedicated solely to burying a single pharaoh. Numerous actions were carried out in its construction, and unknown techniques may have been used. This achievement, without a doubt, is not limited to being a mausoleum. Scientists have investigated this aspect for almost a century. It is logical to question the idea that the pyramids are simply tombs. We must discover the purpose behind its construction. Russian archaeologist Alexander Vornin comments that scientists have found no tombs or human skeletons inside the pyramids, making them a baffling mystery. There is a hypothesis that suggests that they could have functioned as ancient temples or schools, where individuals entered, spent a period of their lives and left with acquired knowledge. Another idea links the pyramids to the emission of a mysterious energy, as noted by French researcher Anthony Bath in the first half of the 20th century. Bath claimed that the fire was spreading more rapidly in the pyramid area than in other areas.